Test, test, test. Are we live? Are we good? I think we are. Greetings, people viewing this live stream. It is I, Silapse, and I just realized that my little settings on my sources seems to be kind of broken. I don't know what happened. For some reason, everything that I'm using right now, like I have the thing turned on, because you can turn it on, turn it off. The stuff I have turned on is all blanked out and only shows all the options when you hover over it. And the things that are closed just have the eye icon with the dash through it, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, we're back with more Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2, yay! If I remember from last time, something happened to Uni and we have to go find her. And we're probably gonna fight the Underling, aka Linda, because we do that all the time. We do that every time. So let's get straight to it. It says I've already been here for 3 minutes and some, but I only loaded up the game and then sat there before opening the menu because characters wouldn't stop talking before I started. Now let's talk to Rom. Yucky, slobbery tongue. Ew. Oh wait, this is an event, isn't it? Nepgear, may I have a word? I seem to recall the twins mentioning something that I simply cannot get out of my mind. Something they said? What was it? Hold on, what are our credentials for conquest? Am I able to have this, or should I restart? I'm gonna go through with it anyways, but... Hold on. Oh, I just realized I sent something in the wrong channel on my own Discord. Oh well, I'll fix it later. I don't remember what it is, but basically I remember people saying don't, basically like, avoid any hard events with other CPUs and Nepgear. Anyway, I believe it was in reference to being licked or something? Ah, that. Excuse me. I cannot get the image out of my mind. Please, I must know what happened. If you insist. Their entire bodies with a 6-foot tongue? How very lewd. They were both very upset about the whole ordeal and... Rightfully so. Such a vile act should not go unpunished. Still, what an oversight on my part. I have no idea one's love could be expressed in such a manner. Wait, what? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Mina, we're home. We're home. Welcome back, girls. My, look at you. You're both covered in dirt. Don't. Mina, don't become weird. Don't be weird. Mina, if this goes down the road, I think it's going down. It better not be. Mina, your next actions are going to be judged. Hehe, me and Rom made some pretty sweet mud castles at the city park. It was this tall. Hold on, I just remembered my recording setup for when I play this game now. I want to lay out my comforter and make it a big cushiony seat that I can lay my back against. And then I can play the game in a comfortable manner and just have a grand old time. Now, did I have multiple folds or just this one? No, I folded it this way too. Alright, Mina, you better not lick those chids. those kids. Otherwise, I'm gonna be... I'm gonna judge you heavily. I'm gonna judge you heavily for your actions. Okay, here we are. Oh, you know what? I just remembered my other part of the setup where I can put my headphone like this. We made a moat, too! You two are still... the two of you still go off and do such childish things? Why don't we go and take a bath together? Okay, I like baths. Bleh! You scrub my back like you're doing dishes and it hurts. Not today. I won't. I'll rinse you nice and gentle, as if I were licking the suds off you, or off of you. Okay, phrasing's a bit weird, but action not as bad. Better than actually licking them. I really hope she meant that just as an expression. Lily rank between Nepgear and Ram has increased, and Ram. Damn it, I need to avoid that. Mina bought us a new console. It has a 3D screen. Neat. Oh, I love Ram. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate with what's going to happen later. And if I remember correctly, the stuff going on in Lean Box is Cave. Oh, no, wait, what am I doing? I got a better idea. Alright, now we avoid it. But I believe down here is Cave. Yeah. We don't want to deal with Cave. Just in case we accidentally recruit her, and we're trying to avoid recruiting at least one human character. Boop boop doop boo. Alright, so I think the thing had to do with Uni, which is in La Station. Hey! Hey, I know you girls. Welcome back to La Station. Who are you again? Is this not the guy who helped us? Who told us about where the stuff we had to get was? The Hamatite? Or whatever the other one was that I forget? But then that was actually a setup by Kay? I don't know. Ah, forgot me already? I gave you the info when you were looking for hematite. See? I knew it. I know this guy. Oh, you're that old guy! I'm really quite young in non-anime years. Anyway, I take it you're here about Lady Uni? Do you know where she is? Yes, the Oracle asked me to find information, and I believe I've come across a solid lead. Wait, how are you and the Oracle on speaking terms? We have far more pressing matters at hand, so let's focus on those, shall we? Do you know if Uni is safe? Where is she? She was trying to confiscate all the Arfoire chips that were spread throughout La Station. Then a few days ago, we got reports of an inhuman shadow arguing with Lady Uni. I almost said Unity. It was overheard that the two planned to settle their debate at a place called Mid Company. Lady Uni has been missing ever since. Then that could mean... she lost the fight? We have to go save her. She might be seriously hurt. That's why I've been waiting here. I could never survive in that hostile area alone. We understand. We understand. We're going, New. Please be safe, Uni. Oh, we gotta save Uni and then recruit her to the party because it's chapter 3.
What, New?
Hold on, there's an event here, but there's also an event over there. What's going on here? Falcom. That sounds like a potential recruit. Although it would be nice to get some people on the team. Let me take a look here at a quick guide. Oop. Hold on, do I have... Okay, I do have the menu pulled up. Good. That way I don't have to hear their voices over and over again. I want to see if it tells us how to recruit the makers. That is not what I was looking for. That's how to recruit the CPUs. Stop with how to recruit CPUs. I want to know how you get the makers. Okay, what about this one? Boop ba doop boop boop boo. Please, there we go. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Alright, that tells me nothing, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna close out of it, save, and then see what happens. I don't even know if Cave is recruitable in the last one. The name's Falcom. I'm just your stereotypical adventurer. I like Falcom, but she seems kinda more dumb than I thought she was. Hello, Falcom. Oh, it's you! How's the journey? It's going just fine, but it'll take a while until we can truly call game industry a peaceful place. I understand. Sounds like you have your own hurdles to clear. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps I could join up with you? I'm not sure how much of a help I'd be, though. Goodness, are you serious? Yeah. Things on this island are more or less settled. I figured it's high time to reciprocate your kindness. So, of course you're welcome to join us. It'll be a pleasure to have you. Excellent. Pleasure's all mine. Yay, we got Falcom. And a plan. Alright, I want to quickly look up right after I hit the pause button on this because I know it's going to play all the audio. Who are all the makers in this? Actually, I think I was just on the wiki page that helped. There it is, wiki page. No, this is a Steam page, never mind. Alright, so Compa, IF, Red, Broccoli, 5PB, those are all the ones that are mandatory. So that leaves Cave, Falcom, CyberConnect 2, Marvelous AQL, and Tekken. So if we want to reject one person, we can either reject Cave, who's the new character, or reject Marvelous AQL, because, no, we have to recruit her. No, we're abandoning Cave, because I want to get CyberConnect 2 and Tekken, because, I mean, why not? But also, it's like Marvelous AQL, I bullied her the entire last game, because she just kind of appeared, and was like, I'm gonna help you guys, now I'm a part of the team, and I'm like, who are you? And I need to have that running bit back. So yeah, you know what, we're gonna do that, we're gonna reject Cave, keep everyone else. Also, hello, level 37 Falcom. I'm curious to see what they look like in their attack positions. Okay, you've got a guitar, I can completely understand that. You've got a funky sword. Whoops. Dragon Slayer. my throat hasn't been doing that great for the past, like, week. So forgive me if I can't do my voices. I'm even feeling the voices that I'm doing right now going terribly. Also, look, we have more of the calm, quiet movement of ROM, and then the more upbeat, ready movement of RAM. I always like seeing just the the differences, not parallels, between the two. Cross bangle. Whoa. Yes please, let's make Nepgear even stronger. I think I was gonna give that to one of the IFs, but nope. That's not happening now. Maybe I wasn't even gonna give it to one of the IFs, I don't know. All I know is, now it's not going to either of them. That is now an item belonging to Nepgear. Nepgear? Yeah, we should leave it like that for now. We should really throw somebody else into the party besides Baby Compa, or... I want to have IF on the team, but I might switch her out sometime. Because Baby IF is just going to be stronger. But normal IF is just my favorite character. And Nepgear, where we've decided she is not being taken off the team ever. Boop-a-doop boop boop. Hot-blooded Merc. Christine Chronicles. Cool. Is there anything big in plans that we can make? And not out of this, but I just mean in the general sense. Gigatoxin. The deadly neurotoxin. I'm gonna hit the pause button again. Come to think of it, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2. Remake system. I want to know what the biggest thing is. Of course, it doesn't tell me in order from smallest to biggest. Experience up 256, credits up 256. I don't think I have that one yet. Obtain Virtual Forest enemy drop. Oh, it's an enemy drop to get that one, which I already have it. XP up. Power level island. Hidden treasure. I already forgot what I said. Power level?
Where are we going?
Power level island. I don't think we have that yet. Either that or I've just forgotten about it. No, I don't think we have it. Next, what other big ones do we have? Because the thing is, I just want to know if there's something as significant as... Oh, gotta go to work soon, but I'll leave a lurk. Thanks, Mox. I only just noticed. Sorry. Anyway. I want to know if there's anything else that's big, like getting the CPU candidates in the last game, where I have to save all my plan data. Eyes all over, but what does that do? Guaranteed symbol attack. Don't know about that one. Oh, we got the thousands. Oh, jeez. Histoire, Kay, Mina, and Chica. All 4 of them. View Chapter 6 Chirper event. With the respective location at 50% plus shares. If I remember correctly, I think K, you actually can only unlock them if you get something on the true ending, and then you have to go back on that save and get them later. Alright, so there's that. Then different dungeons, that's not going to matter too much to me. I was looking mainly at the system and battle ones. Alright, so now I'm going to look Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2. How much data do we get? In this stage, you will obtain... I have enough megabytes for all 4 oracles. You can use these additional megabytes, or if you don't have the level cap DLC, you can create super EXE drives your second playthrough. If you have a problem with Alpha this game, just your Ultimate Savior. I don't know what that is. Stage 1, The Conquest. That doesn't tell me though. How much is like the maximum amount? That's what I want to know. How much is the maximum amount? Chapter 5, save your game. Conquest branches. Well, that's just telling me about the conquest route. Altogether, after finishing this playthrough, you should have all of this. And then it says all the things that we have. Little less than 2,000 megabytes. Oh no. Okay. Can you... What is it? Can you something? Can you get more data on a second playthrough? Steam community guide. Ending conditions. I don't care about ending conditions. I just want to know if I can get more stuff. I know, what if I look up Hyperdimension Neptunia, Rebirth 2? Can you get all oracles in the same file? Obviously you can't. Obviously you can't. There's no way you can. But I'm just curious, but usually if you look something like that up, then it's gonna be like, oh, here you go. Excuse me. Okay, no, it's just how to get the oracles from all the other things. Trying to playthroughs, have some questions for anyone who may have completed this in Japanese. This is 7 years ago. Are the requirements for the endings the same as MK2? As in, based on lily ranks and shares and being specific place? What are the requirements for the Holy Sword ending? What are the requirements for getting the oracles? I have a feeling they're similar to how to get the candidates in Rebirth 1. Specific items, that much megabytes, but I don't know for sure. Then somebody just sends a link, and I guess I'll be checking out the link because the conversation ends there. Alright. So now let's see this page if it's not invalid. Each ending. That's normal. Those are the different endings. Okay, the thing they linked had nothing to do with the oracles, though. Well, I'm just gonna give up then. We'll just have to figure it out when we get to it. Here's the thing, I wanna 100% the Neptunia games. I'm almost 100% on, Rebirth 1. I mean, I still have to get a couple dozen characters to level 99, but most of them are set at, like, the late 90s. So we should be getting relatively close to that. But, oh, what am I at right now? If we were to exclude the level up game, or the level up, achievements, I would be 4 away from 100%ing Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. And one of those achievements, like one of the 4, is completing all the other achievements, so I don't really count that one. So really, we got 3 achievements. So that's fun. Also, I started Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 on December 30th, 2021. Chapter 1 was cleared December 31st, 2021. Chapter 2 was cleared August 9th, 2022. The gap. I love it. Okay, let's actually play the game now. We haven't really been doing much. Let's make sure to save, just in case we forgot.
Time to depart.
Time to depart. Don't worry, Uni. We're coming to... Whoop. I need to move my mouse up the screen. But now I guess I gotta move it like that. We're coming to save you. Don't worry. Actually, what is that monster? Oh, it's like a little elephant. Quickly, Nepgear, kill. Oh, goodness, Nepgear, there's so many enemies. Are you going to be able to get them all in one go? Oh, I can't. Ah, well. Go IF. Oh, these guys are actually fairly weak. Doesn't even make Nepgear look strong. Block nose. Brisk quarter. Or Qatar. Sorry. Quarter. Sorry, I see Q and I'm just like, yes, is that for you or the other one? That's for you. Wow, it's better. And green. Wait, does it raise? No, it doesn't raise wind power. Alright. Let's go and grab this fella. Then let's go back this way. And get this fella. Then let's go fight the boss. Potentially.
Someone's collapsed on the ground.
Or find Uni right away.
Is that Uni? Hey, are you okay? Did she really lose?
Yes. I could totally believe she lost.
She's unconscious, but her vital signs are stable. It's time for Nurse Kappa's healing magic. Uni.
I keep forgetting that we have a nurse on the team.
Can you hear me, Uni? Where does it hurt?
Do I have the volume different? Okay, I'm used to having it on 55. It's not going to make much of a difference for the scene, but it just feels quiet.
Here. What are you doing here? Ow! 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 Please lie down. We have to take it one small step at a time.
And then she joins the party and is perfectly fine to fight.
No need. I'm just fine. This is nothing. Ow!
Quit acting tough. Who are you fighting? It's hard to imagine someone taking you down.
Take me down? This is part of my feint strategy. Seriously, I was only acting weak, that's all.
Yeah, whatever you say. Who did you say you were fighting?
I didn't. Someone called CFW Brave. For being a member of ASIC, he was actually pretty chivalrous.
CFW Brave? Why does that sound familiar?
That CFW bit is the same as the dumb perv from Louis.
Right. I think it was CFW Trick. I wonder why they use the same acronyms.
Did you beat that trick person?
Yes, but only just. Everyone else helped me too.
But only just. She says after Nepgear used the God Sword to obliterate him.
See. It's a no-no to talk this much while you're recovering. You should get lots of sleep. Let's go back to the city where the beds are cozy, you.
Can I decide
Back to the city. No, Red.
Yoni seems really depressed. She's got a lot of pride. The idea of losing must not sit well with her at all.
I can relate. I felt the same way when I lost back then.
What a stupid baby. Crying just because she lost at something.
Like you wouldn't do the same, Ram. I could totally see you freaking out over losing.
But I'd be sad too.
It's okay for you, Rom. Besides, as long as we're together, you're not ever gonna lose.
I can't wait to get to the ending.
It'd be great if that childish optimism would rub off on some other people here. Hey! Amber Alert, you guys!
Amber, where?
Uh-oh. What's going on, Mew? Uni, she's gone. She took all my cute bandages off and vanished.
Why would she do that?
Maybe she doesn't like being cute. How dare she?
Man, what a handful. Let's go find her. She couldn't have gone far with her wounds.
Let me guess, she went to Endless Zone.
Let's do our best.
I simply do not care, I am only here for Uni. I simply do not care, I only care for Uni. There's the event.
I'll try my hardest.
I need to calm myself. I'm sorry. I'll be serious now. Time to be serious. Light speed. This is no, our power.
I only care about Uni, that is why I am here. It is Uni. I have no clue.
What have I been doing all this time? I couldn't beat that one opponent.
There's Uni.
Nepgear,
We're all worried about you. Please come back with us.
I didn't ask you to worry about me. Just leave me alone.
Don't be like that. How couldn't we be worried?
It doesn't even matter if I'm here or not. Nobody would bat an eye if I vanished for good.
What the goodness? That's not true. I want you to help us, so...
Uni, you're too angsty.
Why? You don't need me.
Uni, what's gotten into you?
I lost. I wanted to beat the enemy that took down my big sister. But I lost before I could even make it that far. All my effort has been for nothing.
That's because you're trying to fight all by yourself. If we all work together, then maybe...
Yeah, you're right. I am all by myself, aren't I? Unlike you, surrounded by so many friends. Without my sister, I've been all alone out here.
Uni...
I was an idiot to think I could fill my sister's shoes. Isn't it kind of funny? And sad? I was trying my best at something that's simply out of my league.
That's not true!
Huh?
I'm the same way. I know that I can't fill my sister's shoes, but I'm trying to do all I can. No, I have to do all I can and accomplish what she couldn't. I have to save my sister!
Save your sister, huh?
But I can't do it alone. That's why I'm asking for everyone to help me out. IF, Kampa, Rom, Ram, you, and all my other friends. If we work together, we can pull it off. I know we can. We have to believe in ourselves.
You called me your friend.
Of course I did. We're both CPU candidates, so it's only natural that we become friends.
Nepgear.
And yet that wish shall never come to fruition.
Hey, it's Brave.
Huh? Who's there?
It's you. CFW Brave.
AKA the Gundam.
The one that defeated you.
Fortune smiles upon me, finding 2 CPU candidates in one fell swoop here.
Ah, there's 4, but you don't know yet.
I take no joy in senseless killing. Cease your actions against ASIC, and you may both leave here alive.
We will not! We're going to fight ASIC and rescue our sisters!
I believe that the outcome of our duel had already been decided. You know well my strength.
Well,
Don't Don't let him get to you, Uni. I'm here with you. If we fight together, we can defeat him.
Together. You sure do like to make things sound more dramatic than necessary.
Is this going to be a fight where it has to be Nepgear and Uni, or is it going to be our party still too?
But you're right. No. We can't lose. We'll never lose to someone like you ever again!
Yeah! You tell him!
I applaud your bravado. However, I will teach you that actions, not words, carry the strength to shape one's desires.
I'll take care of you
Oh.
even without Sis.
Alright, it is just
I'll
us.
do my best.
Aw, look at this. Look at the team. Look at the team. I love it. This is like my favorite duo in the entire series. In all honesty, I really like Nepgear and Uni. Anyways, Uni, you just sit back and watch.
I'm sorry. I will be serious now. CPU candidate Nepgear has arrived.
I don't know his strength yet, but I could go offensive cheer on myself.
Offensive cheer!
I
Yay!
believe in my own
Let's
justice.
go.
You did 8 damage. You suck. I'm not even gonna make Uni become bigger. I just want to see her. Look at. Oh shit! I forgot I can't jump in this, and I just wasted a turn. But I just like her running around with the gun. I just love the gun so much. Seriously, I see gun and I am just like, oh boy, I sure am having a gun time. I don't know what I'm even on about. No, you know what? We're not even gonna switch. You are not going to go CPU mode. X multi-buster.
Show me your will.
Oh, come on, game. Was that necessary? Alright, time to go, Nepgear. Your turn.
So feeble. Show me your will.
Let you go.
Alright. Let's try another attack and hope it goes fine. Paralysis went on.
My turn.
Perhaps I should have used a giant drill.
Don't judge me just because I'm only a goddess candidate.
Assault rifle. 2-win stick. Change dungeon Louis Global Expo.
Yay! Yeah! Level.
Yay, everybody.
Fascinating. Such a boon and power with a single ally. Perhaps something caused their hearts to resonate.
I knew we could do it! Yay!
We won. We really did it.
What a delightful match. Very well. To honor your efforts, I will leave here in peace. But when we next meet, do not expect such leniency. Prepare both your strength and will.
We're so awesome, Uni!
Yeah. Thanks. It's because of you, so...
Stop being a downer already. You are super tough and cool. We won because of you.
Yeah, because of Uni, we won. All thanks to Uni and not Nepgear and her super powerful god sword and ability to just two-shot the boss. Whereas Uni did like a very tiny sliver of damage by comparison, even with her strongest special attack. But we're not gonna worry about it.
That's not what I was... forget it. Nepgear, would you mind if I came with you?
Yes, get out of here, you Debbie Downer. We do not want you on our team. Goodbye.
Huh? Wow, really? You mean it? Yay! Of course you can come!
Stop acting so happy about it. Seeing you makes me realize how stupid I was acting before. Oh, before I forget, don't you dare tell anyone what happened here.
Wait, what did happen here?
You know, seeing me all depressed and pouty and stuff.
Oh, the self-deprecation and all the whining, right? No worries, your secret's safe with me.
Come on! I wasn't that pathetic.
You should hurry back, okay? Everyone's still looking for you.
Oh, did they just not come with us? Is that what this was all about? That's why they didn't join us.
Are you sure you understand what I was saying? Hey, get back here!
I really wish I could walk around on the main map as Uni,
She's actually
but holding her
coming
gun.
along, right? It looks like you desperately need my help, so yeah. I mean, who knows when you'd save my sister otherwise. I'm surprised you were able to convince such a hard-shelled tsundere.
Gigi is like a friend magnet. Aw, stop flattering me.
Yeah, but still, I mean... Anyway, it's fine if you want to help us, but don't be a jerk, okay? Hi. Can we be friends, Uni? Look at all these wifey candidates! Man, it's sensory overload!
Throw her in the water.
It's been a while since they were gathered together at the concert. It's a great sight.
I want her gone.
A winning team, you? It's sure gotten crowded.
It was just Iffy and me at first. But look at all of Gigi's friends now. Yes, and this time I'm sure. I promise we'll save our sisters!
Yay, and Vert. Chapter 3 cleared. Wow, I'm making so much better progress than I did last game. Goddess Awakening. What time is it?
It
1:12.
everyone has gathered together.
Yes, Nepgear, Uni, Rom, and Ram are reporting for duty!
And the other ones.
All of us oracles are here as well. Have Rom and Ram been good girls? I hope they aren't causing your hair to turn gray, Nepgear.
We're awesome, of course! And we're not gonna be kids forever, so there!
We've been good. I'm curious to know why all the oracles are here myself.
Quite the cold greeting, despite our intent to propose a selfless offer.
Allow me to explain. Kay has been able to develop a device that can amplify the power of Sherasite. That is why she had arrived ahead of the other oracles, to help us set up the equipment required.
So, this machinima-bob was made from the stuff we gathered up for you before?
Yes, we planned for Last Station to act independently. But with how things stand, that option is gone.
Hey, that's just like what happened with Uni.
It would almost seem rude to do now, since our CPU candidate seems to have made friends with you all.
We're not friends or anything. I'm just helping them a little bit because they begged.
Everyone's so silly. Seeing it makes me one happy compa.
I don't feel any sense of urgency at all, New. The Sherasite will be ready come tomorrow morning. Prepare to return to Game Industry Graveyard.
We're going back already? I guess Chapter 5 is where the CPUs are recruitable, so yeah, I guess we are. So this is roughly where I would have left off watching someone's playthrough of this. So we're finally at the point into the Neptunia series where I'm actually going in blind. That's cool.
Tomorrow morning, we'll go to the Game Industry Graveyard. We have done all that we can. Failure is not an option. But of course, I have faith that our CPU recovery mission will be a success.
I think it will be, especially since Nepgear is busted.
Try not to pile on the pressure too hard, Histoire. Don't want this girl to buckle under the weight.
No, I can handle it. I've made it my duty to rescue my sister after all.
With me helping them, what else could it be other than a success?
A failure.
Let's be totally awesome out there, okay, Rom?
Okay. How wonderful to see the CPU candidates grow and mature like this.
It's so nice to see. Hold on, I closed out of a thing by accident.
Have a good night's rest. If you'll excuse me, I still have a few matters requiring my attention.
Nepgear learned Superior Angels. Uni learned Superior Angels. Rom learned Superior Angels. Ram learned Superior Angels. Is that a move that they all have to be in the party for?
The time has come.
Are you nervous?
You're overseeing this mission, so any negativity or uncertainty you have may affect its outcome.
Okay, maybe Purple is voiced by Whiteheart.
Are you nervous? Are you nervous?
Maybe, I don't know.
Are you nervous?
Blackheart is the one I've heard the voice of the least when they're in CPU form. But Black definitely is Neptune.
You all.
It's been a while, Histoire.
Yeah, and that one's definitely Blanc's voice actress.
I'm glad we get to meet again.
And I can only assume that's Vert's voice actress.
Indeed, it has been a long time. Thank you all for agreeing to assist us in our time of need. Without your aid, we would surely have no chance at recovering our captive CPUs.
But what if Nepgear ran in with her super cool sword and was just like, I'm gonna beat you all?
When did you get so formal? No need to talk like that with us.
We're old friends, aren't we? Oh, you may be right about that. It is not my place to say, but being with you feels so nostalgic.
Sure, most of us mascots were destroyed by ASIC, but the four of us found our way to each other.
Everything is going to be fine. I'm sure about that.
The state the game industry is in? It is all my fault. All because I neglected to concoct a solid plan 3 years ago.
The blame shouldn't land on any one person except, if anyone, ASIC and the deity of sin.
And those who have succumbed to the evil promises spread by both. The CPUs can only blame themselves for growing complacent and weak. Even so, I sent them there. And now I am doing the exact same thing with their younger sisters. It feels as though I am simply allowing history to repeat.
At first, I refused to help the CPU candidates. But after bearing witness to their actions, to their wills, I chose to give them my power. You should do the same, Histoire. Place your faith in them.
My faith. Don't get distracted by mistakes from the past. We are here now. That alone makes the present unique.
Yeah, keep the faith, Histoire.
Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be Blackheart.
You raise such valid points. I will not let my own doubts get in the way. Thank you.
There's that smile we've all been waiting for. How about we catch up on less work-related things next? The night's still young. We can talk like friends as we did so long ago.
I would like that. Is everyone ready?
No, I actually want to look at something real quick. Because now I'm curious about something. Oh, hold on. I just got a message, so I got a reply on a YouTube video. Okay, that's not what I wanted to look at, though. That's just something that happened to pop up. I would... Oh, I closed that by accident. I want to look at something... You know, with how everything's been going, I really want to do the true ending first before Conquest. I feel like Conquest should come second. But it's like, I know that if you do the true ending, you're gonna have to get everybody's, like, affinity up. And obviously you can't do Conquest if you do that. But then... could I do Conquest and then switch that? I don't know. What are the things needed for this? Requirements at a glance. All of these must be fulfilled before the second boss battle with CF magic in Chapter 5. The legendary sword events, Plan Neptune shares 75%. All CPUs and their maker counterparts, you get these at the same time. Must be recruited. Alright. True ending breaks up into a larger amount of reading, and I'm just gonna skim through it. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, so proceed through the games until the CPUs are rescued. Once rescued, you will have to gain shares to recruit. I already know about that, because you still have to do that for Conquest. Once the 3 other CPUs are had, you can proceed to farm quests and raise Plan Neptune to 75%. Once all of these conditions are filled, you continue the game as normal and trigger the true ending. Wait, that's it? What, there's no, like, heart-related things? Note about shares, you can only transfer shares from a country that has them. So if Louis has 0, yeah, I know how that goes. Your reward for getting the true ending is really overpowered sword for Nepgear on additional playthroughs of the game. Is this really the true ending? Oh, yeah, the comments even say, this isn't the true ending. Alright, yeah, they just didn't... I was confused by that. Because I was like, hold on, that doesn't make much sense, because that's how that goes. But, yeah, so that's actually... Conquest/Holy Sword ending. So the true ending, now looking at a different guide. Before the end of Chapter 6, share rating with Plamptoon and all the other places 15% or better. Recruit all CPUs, recruit all makers. Nepgear's Lily rank with everyone is at 4 or higher. That's obviously going to take a lot of grinding. And what about Conquest? I forget what somebody said about Conquest, like what heart levels can be had. For the Holy Sword ending, it's 8 or higher. So obviously we don't want to go for 8. And then the individual countries, that's 5 or higher. And the normal ending is... The normal ending is getting none of these. Okay, so what I'm thinking... I get the characters up to level 3. Because if the true end is... Nepgear's Lily rank with everyone is... Oh, but you have to recruit all makers. Oh. Okay, so for the first playthrough of Rebirth 1, I did the true ending. Or no, I did the normal ending, then the true ending. It seems like it's easier to do Conquest first than to do the true ending first. Because if you do Conquest, then you have to go back and... Like, you have to get the hearts, is the thing. That's the biggest issue. Hold on, let me double check this thing that says Conquest ending. Up through Chapter 3, 3 Holy Sword events take place. Cursed Sword, yep. Before you beat CF of Magic at the end of Chapter 5's rate Planetoon to 55 or higher to be sure to recruit Blanc, Noir, and Vert. Your limit to achieve all the requirements is the event in Planetoon that appears after defeating Trick. Alright. Hold on. At the end of Chapter 5. Alright. Finally, you must not meet the requirements of the Holy Sword ending. The thing is, for that one, everyone is 8. See, in theory, we should be able to do it, but I don't know for sure, because it doesn't say anything about the hearts between characters. Hyperdimension Neptunia. Can you do conquest with hearts? Did that even keep everything I wrote? It did. Alright. Bestiary, not what I'm looking for. A guide to all the endings. That doesn't help me because I've already looked into it. It's not telling me exactly what I'm looking for. True End, you will need to recruit Noir, blah 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 blah. All the characters. Lily ranks must be at least for all 4 nations, 15%. All of the above done before Chapter 6. Our forest shares does not affect any ending. And how many chapters are there? There are 7 chapters. Alright. And Conquest. Cursed Sword events. After Chapter 5, get the goddesses. Each one needs 50% in respective lands. Oh. Note that it is still possible to get the Conquest ending even if you have maxed out Nepgear's Lily rank with the CPUs. However, for it to occur, you must not invite all the makers. And then in brackets, CyberConnect 2, Marvelous AQL, and Tekken. Maybe I'll leave behind 2 makers just to be safe. So that's going to be between CyberConnect 2 and Tekken, because I really want Marvelous AQL to join the team so I can bully her more. As you need 30% of the land's shares to recruit a maker, this will collide with the 50% requirement recruiting the CPUs. Despite that, the CPU's event will trigger before the maker's event, as the CPU's event takes priority over the maker's event. Therefore, view only the first event when you have 50% of each land's shares. Avoid recruiting the makers. Uh-oh. If you happen to recruit a maker, or the makers, just make sure Nepgear's Lily rank with all CPUs and CPU candidates are not at 8 or above, as this will trigger the Holy Sword ending in order to get into Conquest ending. Okay, so it's saying I can recruit all the makers by what it's saying, because it says if you happen to recruit all the makers, just don't let Nepgear be level 8 with all of them. So does that mean I can do Conquest getting all the makers? Hyperdimension Neptunia 2. Whoa! Words were said and I haven't been looking at the chat, I've been looking at guides. Oh, and, yeah, of course that happened. Lotus popped in and said, just popping in to say, Ram and Rom's deaths left me in incurable depression. Nepgear and Histoire staring at the player. Okay, going back to work now. Hope you read the chat eventually. Don't worry, Lotus, I did, even if you're not here anymore. I've just been looking at guides. I'm too focused on wanting to get the true ending now. Hyperdimension Neptunia, Rebirth 2. Can you do conquest recruiting all makers? You can still recruit makers when you are on the Gaiden chapter. If you beat that by chapter 5 and you recruited all the CPUs and Planet Neptune has 55% more shares, you can go to the Gaiden chapter. The Gaiden chapter branches out to either Conquest or Holy Sword ending. You don't immediately start off in the Conquest end. Hold on, okay, this is on a game FAQ page. So let me verify what I'm reading here. Holy Sword has one more requirement, which is to recruit all makers. Okay, that sounds like something I should avoid. You can avoid the Holy Sword route and still get the Conquest route if you don't recruit all the makers. The cutoff point is the fight at La Station against Noir and Uni during the Gaiden chapter, after all the CPUs leave your party. This event takes priority over CyberConnect 2 and Falcom's recruitment events at La Station. So you should hold off on recruiting one of 3 makers, Cave, Marvelous, or Tekken. Alright, that's good. So we're leaving Cave. Don't touch Cave. You can still recruit makers when you are on the Gaiden chapter. If you beat CFW at the end of chapter 5 and you recruited all the CPUs and Plamptoon 55% more shares, you go to the Gaiden chapter. Gaiden chapter branches out to either Conquest or the Holy Sword. You don't immediately start off on Conquest. Okay, so basically stick to abandoning Cave. We don't bother with Cave. Cave gets left alone. That's what we've decided.
I'm so ready that I couldn't be more ready even if I stopped trying to be ready. So let's go!
I love the energy, Nepgear.
Nepgear, chill out. You're embarrassing yourself.
Nah, she's fine.
Everything will go smoothly. I believe that you will all make this a complete success.
Yay.
Please the share site be prepared from the collected shares between all of you.
Share site received.
It's bigger than my face.
Why do I find that so funny?
It's bigger than my face.
It's bigger than my face.
It's bigger than my face. It's bigger than my face. It's bigger than my face.
I just imagine her like grabbing it and then putting it like right against her head. Just going like, it's bigger than my face.
Pretty.
Pretty.
If we have this many shares. Yep. We can save Nep and the other CPUs definitely. I will act as the catalyst for the teleportation device and send you to the game industry graveyard. Nothing but my voice can penetrate the borders of that land, giving me no means to physically support you.
Oh man, I don't care about that. I'm excited to meet my mature CPU wifeys.
We've prepared as much as we possibly could for this.
No, we haven't. I just kind of rushed ahead here. I didn't know we were going to go straight for it.
Listen, girls. You are to save my darling Bird before anyone else. This is a direct order.
I want to save Neptune first.
Uni, come back safe with Noir.
I pray for your success.
No, you don't even want to bring up Blanc.
Thanks, everyone. Well, here we go.
Oh, perfect. We do get a choice. Alright, great. Nepgear, IF, and Compa. Hold on, guys. I'll look at you in a moment. think that's the first time I've ever seen red in one of these little motions. Hold on, I'm just gonna look through some of these real quick, and by that I mean I'm gonna skip it. First time I've seen broccoli in that. It should be fine to interact with IF and Compa. I feel like those ones are always the ones that are safe. Now then, I'm going to save that one there. And now I want to switch the party around. Give Nepgear somebody else to befriend. Like Uni, because I'm not going to have Uni in battle right now. However... Right, level 4 is what I want. Level 8 is a bad one. So yeah, level 4. We want level 4 with Nepgear. Is there anybody who's less with Nepgear right now? Alright, Rom's actually pretty close. Ram could use a little. And what was it? Was it only the CPUs? No, I'm pretty sure it's, oh, I closed everything. I'm pretty sure you can still... Ah, shoot, that's not the right one I'm looking for. Let's try it again. True ending. To get the true ending, you need to recruit all the people. Nepgear Lily ranks, all level 4 or higher. All 4 nations, 15% or more each. And then for Conquest, we have to get Plan Neptune for 55, right? And I assume we probably want this done before the end of Chapter 5. So let's keep that in mind. 55% before Chapter 6. Okay. Do we want to switch anybody around? Not really. Alright. Let's talk to the cool ones. This application is something else. Okay, I'll play it just a bit more. Only until I get that rare item. Oh god, don't tell me it's a gacha game. Awesome, a rare item drop! Heh, I'm on a roll with this app today. Now, Iffy, I know I warned you not to play with your phone while walking. I know. Let me save my game real quick and then... Hey, move it! Crack. Uh-oh. No! That hurt. Watch where you're walking. No. No! Are you okay, IF? See, I told you it wasn't safe to stare down at that silly phone. Broken? My phone is broken? Goodness, the screen is cracked. Why are you starting to cry? Because without my phone, I need it. I need it 'cause... It's a guild phone? When her cell phone is taken away, Iffy turns into a helpless crybaby. She made a big scene the last time. Oh, really? What? Don't cry, IF. We can take it to a repair shop and then they'll fix it right up for you. Uh-huh. Thanks, Gigi. Wait, Gigi? Okie dokie. To the cell phone store. Come on, Iffy, I'll hold your hand. Okay, she's a child. Oh, I'm shocked IF got like this. If her phone never gets fixed, will she be this way forever? That'd be funny. No, I can't think like that. We need the IF we know and love back, but she's so cute this way too. I mean, yeah. Alright, time to talk to Compa. That's IF. Whoops. My cell phone bill has a few too many zeros on it. I'm screwed. We'll be fine, IF. My syringe? It's super duper useful. Compa, you use a very unique weapon. My big syringe? These are a common weapon in my particular industry. Should you really call it a weapon? I figured something like a scalpel would be more effective, though. A scalpel versus a giant needle? I don't know. Only licensed and board-certified doctors may use scalpels. Besides, syringes are easy to use. You can whack, thrust, or inject them into your opponent. It does sound painful to get whacked, stabbed, and then injected with some kind of mystery fluid. Don't worry. I won't inoculate you. This medicine is for bad people. If you give them a dose, give them a dose of this, or even a puff of air, it's very effective at shutting them up for good. That was a completely inappropriate comment to make as a nurse. Anywho, the syringe is the perfect weapon with a variety of uses. Would you like to try it out? I absolutely refuse. I'm teasing you, GG. I'll never give you an injection unless you're sick or a bad monster. I'll be extremely careful not to get sick ever again. Breadcrumbs. Yay. I like it. Do you know that yellow-haired girl? She spends so much money. Always on her favorite sweet dumpling, too. But when she eats it, she has a gigantic smile. Okay. I don't know who you're on about. And look, people we're gonna skip over. Hello, Neptunia. Neptunia. Nepgia versus Neptunia versus Nepgear. Who's the best one? I have no clue. Boop-a-doop-doo. Buyer. He had a big number 10 on his torso. Ah. Boop boop boo doop boo 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 boo. Bang bang. Gramp monster. Do 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 do. An event at the station. Is it another recruitment event? Let's save and find out. Uni and Falcom. Okay, these are both people we're with. That's fine. I will go through these people first. Do, 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 do. Let's go to Uni. No, Falcom. Then we can go to Uni after. I can't ignore someone in need. Huh? Someone needs my help? This is no time to chirp. Hiya! Brrr. Whew! Are you okay? Yes. Somehow, thank you. Good. I'll be going now. Please wait. Can I at least have your name? Falcom. I'll see you again. Should our strings of fate entwine once more? Lady Falcom. Oh, there you are, Falcom. Hello, is something the matter?
Well, I heard a woman was being attacked by a monster here. I've taken care of it already. What? You have? I can't beat people in trouble alone, or I can't leave people in trouble alone. Come on, let's rejoin the others. You're so cool, Falcom. Hey, you. Huh? Me? I hear you're traveling with Lady Falcom. Yes, that's true. How preposterous. She's traveling with a girl who still has some of her baby fat? But wait, traveling together. Does that mean you get to bathe and sleep together too? No, not really. It just means... Are you sure? If you're lying, you're going to pay big time. Lady Falcom is our savior. If you hit on her, we'll hit you. Yes, Lady Falcom belongs to everyone. What? I don't know what's going on. Are we clear? Okay, sure. Welcome back. You took a while. Something else happened? No, nothing happened at all. Is that so? Alright, if you say so. But you look troubled. What? No way, that's not true. Don't worry, I'll do anything I can to help you. Just trust me. I'm yours. No, no, no. I am not in any trouble, really. If you say so. But if you ever are in trouble, let me know. I can't tell her that she's the reason why I'm acting nervous. I didn't know she had such fanatical fans. Does Falcom get shares? I know she's not a CPU. But what about it? Oh, I wanted to go down, but I forgot WASD doesn't move it on that screen anymore. I should go see Kay. She's always so busy. Alright, another busy day of conducting business begins. Although handling everything myself will prove to be quite a hassle. You're talking out loud. You're talking out loud, you know. Or are you trying to imply something? No, of course not. Any implications you are deriving from my comments come from your own sense of guilt. Not like I can help feeling this way. I'm too busy to do paperwork, so Noir could do both. Don't compare me to her. But you are doing your utmost to surpass her, are you not? Comparisons are unavoidable. Grr, I love Kay. She's my favorite of the Oracles. That's why I used her so much as the DLC characters for the Oracles from last game. If you're serious about surpassing her, you need to nurture not just strength, but all aspects of being a CPU. I know, jeez, shut up. Before any of that, I need to help rescue my sister. My intent was to encourage her, but I suppose it came off more like a scolding lecture. Child rearing was not in my contract. I didn't sign up to be her mentor. Perhaps I should consult the Louise Oracle regarding the methods she has used to nurture those twins. I also just love the vernacular of Kay. I should ask Nepgear to play a hunting game with me. But what if she says no? Gah, what's wrong with me? Leaving Nepgear to her own devices makes me all anxious. But I'm here now, so it'll be alright. Count on it. Maybe I should buy a new fishing rod. Carbon rods are good. But what about the reel? Anyone got a recommendation? And I want to look at the shop and then do something real quick. Hello, new weapons. That's terrible for Nepgear. Hello, heavy revolver. I'm not even using uni, so what do I care? Different claws for IF. She has claws and these now. That's nice. So what's the difference between them? So these ones... I don't know, I think these ones are better. Just the proper guitars. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave them be though. Because I would like Bastard Blade. Huh. But anyways, because I'd like to still work on getting the Demon God quarter, or I keep saying quarter, guitar for Baby IF. Soon I'll get it. Next, these. Not overly great, not overly great. A boost. And a boost. Wait, seriously? You get that much difference? Yes, we're gonna give that to IF, actually. Pearl Bracelet, because you lose 4 mentality, and you gain over 200. Yes, I'm going to get it. Wishband, Hitting Patch, Silver Anklet, and then anti-things. It means good luck, but it doesn't even raise luck. Just intelligence and mentality. Green Sailor, Radiant Purple, all the colors. Do. Do we have anything we can sell that we don't want? Beam Buster, are we ever gonna use that with Nepgear? No. Goodbye. Assault Rifle. White Wand. And White Rod. Oh, wait, I don't have Rom and Ram next to each other in the party. And then these, but they sell for nothing, so I don't care too much. Boo-doo, boo-boo-boo-doo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Probably not really going to use any of these, but I'll still keep them. Oh, yes, and then we have all the materials, too. Was that one that sold for 3,000? Koopo Kitty Claws. Fortunately, I won't be selling them, just in case I need them later. Let's go to the guild real quick. Avenge my cousin. I'll never stop. Hold on, I want to see where we're standing right now. Alright. 3 Kingdoms. No. 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 Lustation from Louis. Not really. Lustation's highest right now. From Louis. No, we don't want to steal from Louis. I got some new quests done. Holy, there's a lot of them, aren't there? There we go. Now, one of these quests went through. Not Galcan, not that. About spoilers? No, I don't think it was. I'll never stop. Ah, yes, raised Lustation again from Neptunia. I'll take that one. I'll take it again, but I'm not going to trigger it this time because it'd be a loss. Lustation's slowly starting to grow, so that's nice. Now we save. Oh wait, did I even equip the thing onto IF yet? No. I think it was one of these. Yeah, this one. There we go. Time to save. And then I go to the bathroom. I refuse to mute, but I'll leave it as is.
So where are we going out to play? Come on, let's hurry. I can't wait. This is boring.
I'd take you there if I could.
Come Come on, let's get going. What new? Where are we going? Where are we going? Can you take me with you? Where should we go? Let's see. What new? I'd take you there if I could. Where are we going? Iffy. Can I decide where to go? Come on, let's get going. I want to go someplace fun. Can you take me with you? Histoire, I'm getting sleepy. Where are we going? Histoire, I'm getting sleepy. Can I decide where to go? I want to go someplace fun. Let's see. Where are we going? I can't wait. Okay. This is boring. Let's hurry and decide. I'd take you there if I could. Let me think a bit, Neil. This is boring. Can you take me with you? Let's hurry and decide. I'll come too. Choose where you want to go. Histoire, I'm getting sleepy. Let me think a bit, Neil. This world is so vast. Back for more, are we? Where should we go? Can I decide where to go? I want to go someplace fun. Where are we going? So, where are we going? Iffy. Histoire, I'm getting sleepy. Where should we go? Back for more, are we? Can you take me with you? Can I decide where to go? Let's see. There's so many places. Okay. we going? Nep, how long are you gonna talk? Can you take me with you? Back for more, are we? I can't wait. This is boring. You! Where are we going? Can I decide where to go? Where are we going? Where are we going? This world is so vast. I'd take you there if I could. So, where are we going? I'll come too. Choose where you want to go. I want to go someplace fun. This is boring. Where should we go? Come on, let's hurry. Where should we go? Nep, how long are you gonna talk? Can you take me with you? Let's get started. Iffy.
No, because my chat is very inactive, and my two friends who appeared today, both had to go to work.
How long are you gonna talk?
Can you shut it, IF? I don't care if you're my favorite character. I'm getting sick of it. Also, I don't have my glasses on. Hold on. I don't need them, but I like to have them on.
Come on, let's
Game industry graveyard, here we come. Time to save Neptune, Blanc, and the other two that I don't care about.
To teleport there safely.
Okay, I do like Noir and I do like Vert, but if I was to order them from favorite to least favorite, it goes Neptune, Blanc, Noir, Vert. So I care about, and the gap between Blanc and Noir is very wide. I mean, I do like her, and I do like Vert, but it's like, I'd probably put, out of 100, like, Neptune in the mid to late 90s. Blanc would be in the 80s. And then Noir would probably, like, be down in 60s. Anyway.
Yes, all accounted for.
All accounted for.
I feel so much sadness emanating from this land. This is the game industry graveyard, truly.
You think? Looks fun to me. I mean, look at all this old game junk.
It's scary. Be brave, Rom. Give me your hand. My sister's in here somewhere. Come on, enough chit-chat. Let's get back to where we last found the CPUs. All right, Gear? Do you remember where it was, New? Yep. This is exactly where we teleported in last time, too. We ran for our lives back then, so it stings my pride to talk about how we know where we're going.
Alright, there's enemies. We're going to ignore the enemies, though.
What's this?
Items, hold on. Let's see what we got, even though it's probably not going to switch out for her. No. That's a bigger boost. That's a less significant boost. Actually, they're both like lose 40. Not terrible. What about you, IF? Oh, you're already wearing one. Yeah, probably not. But for you, you lose agility. No thanks. Hello, ghost.
Is this a chance?
How do you do against these enemies, Nepgear?
Hey, prepare yourself! Who wants to get beaten first?
Right, my turn.
Boink.
My two might be weaker than Nep. We won!
Way to go, team. Ah, I just realized Lotus was here. But since I didn't pay attention to her and I was too busy with that, I didn't get to show her baby compa. Ah, well. What did I want to do? I wanted to quickly look into these, see if there's anything new. Blitz Saber, Break Zapper. Is it all Break Zapper? It is. Baby IF, Sonic Brave, Break Rush. Oh yeah, do I have anything for these? Radical Saber. Which one is it right now? Formula Edge? That one definitely has more power behind it. Lindstorm. I don't know which one is better. Feeling like it might be this one. Starshine. Sure, let's put it on. IF, Mighty Blow, Venom Edge. I know there's X Edge. And BPM hit. Hold on. 121. Alright, so this is better. We're probably not going to worry about poisoning people too much. Super pressure. Evaluate, or... yeah, that's that. Alright, team. We don't even have you guys in battle. I feel like we should get Rom, Ram, and Uni at least set up, even though we're not going to have them on the team, really. There might be a scripted fight sometime where it's going to be the main CPU girls. So I figure might as well. Wait, she can learn extension? I remember that because the last game with Histoire. Ice Rush, Thunder Rush. That's what, 360 for guard damage, but then it also has a lot more power behind it. Alright, let's go Ice, Thunder, then Break Magic. Hold on. And then Break Magic. And we'll give you... this one does slightly more damage. But let's just have both, actually. I remember Ice Hold. Explosive Mortar. Or Mortar. Yes please. I'm gonna switch all of it to that. Is Flame Bullet stronger? No. Yeah, it's definitely not. Beam launcher versus break bullet. Beam buster. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take beam buster. Rapid fire, wild shot, full clip. Wild shot, and then ROM. Detonation and detonation, giant tornado. Then icicle tornado, ice hold, air blast. Let's go icicle tornado and air blast. Then flame rush, extension. Then since we did ice, normal, thunder, we're gonna go thunder, normal, ice. Actually, I feel like I want to put ice as the first one for ROM. What did I put for RAM? Ice, thunder. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put thunder, then ice. Then I'm gonna make ROM be the opposite and be ice, then thunder. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for switching people around. The makers I'll leave be for now. Alright, I'd like to save real quick, so let me go back. Can I just say, I really love the atmosphere of this place. Like, I get it's supposed to be, spooky, hellfire, terrible place, but I love it. I think it looks cool. Also, how are we looking for lily rings?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go! Oh god, I walked right on top of it. But because it was still loading in, it didn't count it. Because it had that little barrier around it. Alright, Nepgear. Are you ready to slaughter everything again?
I think I like this.
They're good enough for me.
Boring! So boring! I want to destroy something!
Please, please calm down, Sir CFW Judge, sir.
Watch where you swing that thing. I was almost crushed flat.
I'm going to die from boredom! Hey you! Let's fight!
No way, boss! I wouldn't last a second.
Underlings like you are supposed to accept the boss's desire to vent his stress with your body, Chew.
Yeah, but it'd be a pretty boring fight. It'd be one swing and you're done.
Shut it, rat. You're just pushing your work onto me. Besides, being a punching bag ain't work at all.
Enough talking! I'll just destroy you both!
Nah, whatever makes him happy.
Hey, hang on there, boss. You just went from fighting us to outright murder.
Placating CFW judge is the worst. Rather be pushing papers and buying someone's coffee.
Look, over there. It's... Oh, wait. Are they arguing?
Miss Underling and Mr. Mouse are getting slapped silly.
Gah! You broads. Thank goodness you got here so fast. Hurry up and fight my boss.
My guardian angel Kappa is back. I knew you'd save me, Chew. What a warm welcome, you.
Doesn't make me happy, though. Not like we're obligated to help them or anything. But But we'll probably have to beat up that big guy eventually, right? Can we do it?
Hey, why are you doubting us now? This is no time to get cold feet.
Well, it's not intentional, but he's the one I lost to before, so I...
Was I here with you back then? No, I wasn't. So there.
Yeah! We're all gonna fight this time, so we can't lose!
Don't make it be the 4 CPUs who have to fight. Because I just realized I didn't equip the other 3 with their most strong weapons that I have.
Miss Nepgear will win. I could sing a nice power ballad to give you more strength.
Alright, that gives me comfort believing that we should be fine.
Nepgear, you've got a pretty cut figure now. And if I'm complimenting you, then you know it's true.
Alright, but how does that help with being capable?
I'm good at making snap judgments. You need to be more confident, Mew.
Thank you. Gigi, it's time to make us all really super proud of you, okay?
You can be a real handful. This time, you need to stand up with your head held high and fight.
Yes, I will.
They are ready.
Then the time has come for us to give you our true powers.
We pray for your success.
Take it. Our power.
Yeah, now I definitely hear the voice in purple. Lilac MK2C. MK2! Yes! Lilac MK2. Lilac MK2. Nepgear learned something and I skipped
I
it.
feel it warming me from the inside out. Thank you very much, mascots.
Are we gonna be
I
able
can
to
do it.
equip it
I can
first?
win.
Yo, mind speeding up your dumb narrative a bit, please?
Sir CFW Judge, we brought you some new opponents. All of the CPU candidates are here.
What? CPU candidates? Ooh, it's the weak little girl that ran from me. I haven't forgotten what you did to my eyes back then. You're already dead.
Omae wa mou shindeu. Nani?
Huh, looks like a tough
Guess
one
we don't get to
finally
equip it.
I'll do my best.
Well, Nepgear, I guess it's time to go.
I'll be serious now. Processor unit complete.
Oh, I guess she did equip it, because that's different from what she was wearing before. Alright, Nepgear, time to show 'em what you're made of.
Take this.